This math snack was inspired by Colin, a 5th grade student from Emporia, Kansas. Thanks, Colin. Welcome to another edition of Math Snacks with Miss Glovely and Miss Wonderful. Today's episode, Miss Glovely is going to share with me how we go from improper fractions to a mixed number and backwards.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Well, the first thing that we need to do is figure out what one whole thing looks like. And so we've decided that today we're going to represent one whole with this rectangular bar.
I'm going to write that on there just so I'll remember. This is one whole.
Okay.
Gotcha.
And I think we're going to start with an improper fraction today.
Okay.
And I think we're going to use 9/3.
Okay. Let's get 9/3 up there so I can remember what we're doing.
Okay, there's 9/3. Okay, so if I have the improper fraction 9/3 and my denominator, which is the bottom number, is a 3, that means that this one whole is going to have to be broken into 3 equal parts. Okay?
Because we're finding out how many
thirds.
This is thirds.
Right.
Okay.
So
I'm following you.
I'm trying to find out how many of these wholes or how many holes are in this 9/3.
Okay.
Okay. So I need to break my whole into 3 equal parts. And so we've done that.
Okay.
So that you can see that there are 3 thirds in that whole thing.
1 1/3, 2 1/3, and 3 1/3.
Right.
So a whole. So if this had been 3/3, it would have been my whole.
Right. But it's not 3/3. It's bigger than 3/3.
I need 9 of these.
You need 9 of those.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you some 1/3s that are the exact same size as these are. Okay. And I want you to count out 9 of them.
I'm going to double check and make sure they're really the right size.
Okay.
Looking good.
Okay.
Okay. And I need 9.
You need 9
thirds.
of those.
Okay, I put that up.
Okay.
There's 1, 2, 3.
And you're going to have to go up now because
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9.
Okay. So if you put them together, because we know that there are 3 thirds in one whole, and you've kind of laid them out nicely so that they are kind of together with 3 of them.
Kind of remembered you said there took 3, so I kind of grouped them by 3.
Yes.
Okay. So I have total, and I know I keep covering up that
9/3, but that's okay. I think we've got it. There are how many
holes? 9/3. Got to double check.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9/3. When I group them together to make my holes, I have 1, 2, 3 holes.
Okay, so 9/3 is 3 whole things.
Equal to 3.
Right.
The big 3.
Yeah, the big
The big 3.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so can I try another one?
Sure.
Okay. What are you going to give me this time, Miss Glovely? I'm pretty good with thirds.
Okay, you're pretty good with thirds now. Let's try fourths.
Okay.
How about 11/4?
Because you know what? That last one you gave me, I hate to tell you this, but it was really, really easy for me.
Oh, good. Here's the hole this time. It's the same size, but it's changed colors.
Okay. This is one hole.
Okay.
And we're going, let me think.
Okay.
We need fourths.
You need fourths.
Because you're saying how many 11/4? How many whole numbers do I make in 11/4?
Right.
So I need to divide that into fourths.
Okay, so here would be the same sized bar in 4 equal pieces. So you want to count those?
1, 2, 3, 4 of them.
4 of them.
4 1/4.
Right. So now how many of these 1/4 are you going to need to make our improper fraction this time?
Well, I need 11 of them.
You need 11
I need
of them.
11/4.
So I'm going to let you count out 11 of them and make sure they're the same size because I know how you are about double checking everything.
I'm going to double check.
Same size. There you go.
That one was. You might be trying to trick me.
I'm not trying to trick you.
Okay.
Okay.
11/4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, There's 11.
There's 11. Okay, now how do you need to group them so that they will be one whole bar? How many of them need to be together?
I got to put 4 together.
4 together.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just going to hold on to that one for a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, so there's 1 hole.
There's 1 hole.
1, 2. I'm going to pull these together. That makes 2 holes.
Right.
2 whole bars. And now I've got 3, which left over.
Oh yeah.
They can't see them, but
Here.
I'll just hold them.
How about if we put them up here?
Okay.
Where these holes were.
I have 3 left over.
You have 3 left over. So now.
So I don't have a. That's not a hole.
That's not a hole. But how many holes do you have? How many whole bars do you have?
I have 1 whole bar, 2 whole bars.
So that's your whole number.
Okay, I have 2 whole bars.
And you have how many more pieces?
Plus 3 more.
3. And these, what was the size of these?
Fourths.
These were fourths. So it'd be 3/4. 2 and 3/4.
2 and 3. I don't really need that there, then, do I?
You don't need the plus.
Okay. 2 and 3/4.
2 and 3/4. Which
well, that's cool.
What do we call this? This was an improper fraction. What do we call this when we have a whole number and a fraction together? Do you know that one?
I don't.
That's called a mixed number. You want to write that? I know how you are about writing. Mixed number.
I'm a visual person, so if I can write it, I can remember better.
There you go.
Mixed number.
Okay.
And this was an improper fraction.
Right.
Okay.
And I would assume that we call it a mixed number because it is mixed. It's got a whole number and a fraction together.
Okay. That's cool.
Okay. How would you like to go the other direction and start with our mixed number and work to the improper fraction?
It's like working backwards.
Kind of working backwards.
I can try it. I bet I can do it because you'll help me if I get stuck.
Okay.
Okay.
How about if we start with the mixed number 3 3/4?
3 3/4.
3 3/4.
Okay.
There we are. Okay, so how many whole numbers do you see there?
3.
You see the 3.
So, just a minute. I want to get out 3.
Okay.
There's 1, 2. Oh, look, this one already says a hole.
That says a hole. How about that?
1, 2, and I'm going to have to stack it. 3.
There's 3 of them. So
And 3/4.
and you need 3/4 more.
There's that number.
There's that number represented with our fraction bars.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Now, we want to change it so that that whole number goes away and it's an improper fraction. And did you notice something about the improper fractions that we were looking at earlier? About the size of the numerals?
Let me put them back up here so I can look at them.
And 11/4. What do you notice about 9/3 and 11/4?
The numerator, the top one, is larger than the bottom.
Right. So what we're going to do is we're going to change this 3 3/4 so that it gets rid of this whole number and the numerator is larger than the denominator. So we're going to break these into fourths.
But I don't need to do anything with these because these already are there.
They're already there.
So I'm going to exchange this whole. Just double checking you, make sure you're not tricking me. Okay.
There's 4 of them.
There's 4. And so I'm going to trade that out.
Okay.
And then I'm going to trade out this hole for another 4.
Yep. I think you're on the track.
And I'm going to exchange this one out for another 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
Now I need to know.
You have a mess.
I know I do.
How many do you have in all?
Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. The answer is 15.
15 holes? Or 15?
I have 15.
What size were these?
Oh, these were thirds. No, fourths.
15/4. So that should be the improper fraction 15/4.
Like that?
That, just exactly like that.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
And my numerator is bigger than my denominator.
Right.
And I'm saying that it takes 15 of these fourths to make the 3
and 3/4 more.
And the 3/4 more.
That's right.
Makes sense to me.
Uh-huh.
That works.
Right. And if you know your multiplication facts, how many fourths would be in 3 whole things?
In 3 whole things, there would be 4, 8, 12.
Right. And if you put 3 more with it,
13, 14, 15.
Bingo.
So, wait a minute. Let me think about that again. You said, because I'm going into fourths, there's 4 fourths here.
Right.
And there's 4 fourths here.
Right.
So and there's 4 fourths here.
Right.
So that is 4, 8, 12.
Correct.
So it's like multiplying those two together.
Right.
And then I have to add another 3.
Right.
For the other 3 that weren't holes anymore.
Correct.
Cool.
And that gives you the 15.
Can I try another one?
Sure.
Okay.
You pick one.
I can write any mixed number?
You can write any mixed number.
Well, let's come up with... That drives you crazy, doesn't it?
That's okay.
Lovely.
I can live with it.
Okay. Let's come with 3 and 2 eighths.
Ooh, 3 and 2 eighths. All right. If you use what we just did, what would you do first?
Well, I'm going to draw a picture just to kind of make sure I understand what I'm doing.
Okay.
Here's my 3 holes.
Right.
And I want to know how many eighths.
Right.
And I'm dividing them up into 8 pieces.
Right.
So there'd be 8, 8, and 8.
That's correct.
So if I times those, or I can either take 3 times 8 if I know 3 times 8 is 24, or I can do 8, 16, 24.
Right.
And then there would have been 2 eighths left over here. So it would be 26 eighths.
There you go.
Awesome. That is really cool. Thank you, Miss Glovely, for helping me learn more about how to go back and forth between these improper fractions and mixed numbers.
You're very, very welcome.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of Math Snacks with Miss Glovely and Miss Wonderful. Keep making up more of those improper fractions and mixed numbers to work on.
Bye.
Bye. If you're interested in more information about Math Snacks, or you'd like to bring Miss Glovely or Miss Wonderful to your classroom, call Miss Glovely, Renee Smith, at 620-663-9566.